Hey, what's up, y'all? Big Willie here, and welcome back to Seaopolis 2. This should be episode 10, I do believe. Sorry for the delay in videos, as I mentioned in the last one. Had some personal stuff going on in real life, and you gotta deal with that sometimes. So we're gonna see if we can't power through the tail end of this mod pack and maybe get you guys some extra videos out ahead of time, ahead of our normal once a week schedule. So today in Seaopolis 2, we're gonna get into dimensional shards. I left off last time with us having set up the altar and all, and then I said that we would get into how to work all of that today. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so as usual, I've made myself the don't get distracted woolly chest over here. And like I told you I would, I got us a few different seeds prepped to make for mystical agriculture, so I can show you how we will be able to grow resources with mystical agriculture. And then this here is the stuff for the dimensional shards. Now, before we get into any of that, though, I did go ahead and put these in here. So our farm conversion that was generating us wither skelly skulls definitely got us enough to turn in this chapter challenge. So we're going to go ahead and complete one more of this section's chapter challenge, and then let's get on with today's stuff. So let's grab out the stuff that, pre-episode Wooly prepared that is relevant right now. Oh, wait. Let's address that elephant in the room that's right there in that chest. Yes, that's another star. And if you happen to watch all the way to the end of last episode, you'll know that after the credits, after the thanks for watching, I left a little bit extra in there. And we killed the Wither at the end of the last episode just because I thought it would be fun. So we went ahead and got that knocked out, and that is why there is another star in that chest. So if you didn't see it, go ahead and go back to the last episode and catch the tail end after the credits. There's some fun shenanigans there with me killing the Wither. Alrighty, so we're headed in here. So this was where we left off last time. We got this whole little setup placed, but we didn't make anything. So this is the Mystical Agriculture Infusion Altar. It is normally used to make the seeds that you use in Mystical Agriculture to grow various crops and resources. So let's make some for some of the things that I keep finding myself having to go back to that particular matter and make. I would really love to just be able to grow it and then, not have to worry about it. Because the growing stuff takes up way less space than all this matter. So when you look up the seed, so this is the list of the seeds, which I did notice was cut off on the recording and you couldn't really see when I was talking about it last time. So this is the list of all the seeds that are in this mod pack that we can make. So right now, though, we're going to make iron seeds. So if we click on them and come here, it tells us we need 4 iron, 4 tertium essence, and 1 tertium? I don't know. Whatever. That one. The orange. And then we need a prosperity seed base, which I have all that together. Now, these are shapeless, so while the book shows you it in a specific order, like this, it doesn't matter. You don't have to put them in all, staggered. You can literally, as long as all of the right things are on all of the pedestals, the recipe will craft. And you have it right when you place your seed base here in the middle and you'll look in the center of the screen there. It says iron seeds. That is what it will make if we give this thing a redstone signal. Simplest way to give redstone signal is a button. So we push the button, that tells that to start the craft. And voila, iron seeds. So these can be put into the hopper botany pots that we have, and they can be grown. They require a minimum of the tertium farmland to grow on, and they will produce a 100% chance each cycle to produce an iron essence, and it has a 1% chance to produce a seed, or no, it has looks like 1% chance. And then this has a 10% chance each time to drop an additional fertilized essence, which can be used to, yeah, we can make mystical fertilizer that will instantly grow a sapling or a crop. And then that's used for your watering cans, which are pretty neat. You can use those in farms to make things grow faster, and they're reusable. So there's our iron seed. Now, what other seeds did I prep? So we're often running low on gold. So I went ahead and got the stuff together for gold seeds. So you can put them on here in the pattern if you want to. Like I said, not required. You can put them in however you see fit. And then now, once again, you'll see in the middle, it's going to make a gold seed. Push the button, and there we have it. So now we can put these into botany pots, which we'll get into in a minute. We'll get that taken care of. We'll get all those in botany pots, get them growing. Now for this one, so the Echo Shard, according to this pattern, this is in the quest line. This is the dimensional shards here. So when we go here, it shows us that it needs one of each of these all the way around and the Echo Shard in the middle. So y'all may notice that quest is completed. I went ahead and did some of these ahead of time off camera because it takes a minute to get through all of them. But there's a few things I want to show you. So these and the one in the middle can be fed with a hopper. So if you just shift right click a hopper into it, you can put like whole stacks of what you want in there into the hopper. So if we come in here and we were to like say we want torches on that one, it will feed one at a time into here. And then you can just leave the rest. So that allows us to kind of batch craft. You can actually fully automate these, which we'll probably end up doing once we get into our refined storage networks or a refined storage system. We can set it up with like exporters hidden underneath them, and you tell it to send some stuff and it fills out all the things and crafts the item. It's going to be great. But I did this. I used 9 hoppers to pre-make a bunch of these so that you guys didn't have to sit here and watch me, and I didn't have to do it while I was trying to record. But I did want to tell you about it, which is why I left those hoppers in there, is that you can hopper into all of these, and then you just essentially sit here and push the button, take the item out. Push the button, take the item out, rather than having to put everything on each time. Because we're going to need a lot of these dimensional shards. So the dimensional shard is the same way. We just put the things onto the pedestals that are supposed to be on the outside. And then for these, the Echo Shard goes here in the middle. And as you can see, it's going to make us 6 dimensional shards. And voila, just like that, we have dimensional shards, which, as I was saying, the main reason I wanted to get into it was for the Flux networks. So Flux networks is going to allow us to move power around really easy. And that is super exciting for me. Because it'll mean that we can take our power generation, and instead of having just one magmatic dynamo right here powering all of this all crammed into one spot, I can take these and I can now put them inside of a compact machine, and I'll have a way to get the power out. I'll have a way to get the lava that we need in. You know, all of that can be done. The lava we're already doing with ender tanks, so we can just set up that ender tank frequency inside of one of these, and we can set up a bunch of these magmatic dynamos, and we're going to be able to send the power out wirelessly. So for Flux networks, let's go look at that part of the quest book. So we'll go ahead, now that I've gone over that, we can accept that with you. We need flux dust, and we're going to need a lot of it. So to get flux dust, you send dimensional shards through the pulverizer. Well, we already have a pulverizer right here hooked up where it's auto importing into our system, which is nice. And then let's go grab some of those dimensional shards. I don't need the at. There we go. Let's grab out. So we're going to do a 1.5 stacks, and we're going to pulverize this down into the flux dust. And we're going to, you know what? We got all this time in a bottle from all the time I put in when I'm off camera. So let's just make this go super duper fast. So the plug is what will be on these inside of there. to take the power out, and the point is how we will provide power wherever we need it. So it says we need some obsidian, so I'm just going to take a few of these stacks, toss them into our storage. Oh, okay. One other thing, real quick. Show you guys this, because I did this in between episodes because we were out of space in the storage system last time. And I remembered that we had all of these on, I believe they were iron or maybe gold, but I was able to just make the diamond chest upgrade, which is super cheap. So I was able to make these, the gold to diamond chest upgrades, to upgrade them from the gold that they were, or maybe they were iron. Either way, I made the upgrades to get them up to the diamond tier that they currently are. And that has pretty much for the time being resolved our storage issues with our simple storage networks. And we are no longer out of space in here. We have plenty of room to just drop in what we need, get out what we need. I moved a few things into some drawers, added a few upgrades too, just to make some space. Added some more drawers right here, as you can see, for some of the new items that we're starting to generate with the newer tiers of matter. So that was something I wanted to show y'all that I did in between episodes as well. So the next thing we need to do is we need to make a flux core. So let's just start by saying what we're missing. We're missing the Eye of Ender, which we should be able to make here. We're gonna need more of these, but we're just gonna start with making the ones for the quest, and then we'll go collect the items and see if potentially we get any extras for free or something. So let's make a flux block. Now we're out of flux cores, so we're gonna need. Now, that completes their overview of Flux Networks. I don't think Flux Networks actually has I don't think Flux Networks has a quest line in here. Kind of wish it did, just because it's not really self-explanatory for people who've not played with it before. So when we get to those, I will show you how to work through them. Whether we get to that today or not, I'm not sure. But if not, what I'll do is I'll put these in here. Okay, and then this was here because you need to make a pulverizer if you don't already have one to get the flux stuff. So I just had that in there to remind me to mention the pulverizer. So we've completed this side of it. So in order to get to the next tier, which is Ender Matter here, we need to be able to make endstone. So we make endstone because we've got to make transformation powder, which is crushed endstone. And in order to get the endstone, we need to make endstone pebbles. To make those pebbles, we can take any of the pebbles we've been generating from any of our other hammering and sieving, send it through the fluid encapsulator, the thing we were using to make silicon, with resonant ender. Now we get resonant ender from infused ender pearls, which is on the quest line that we're on, right here on the dimensional shards. So we're going to go this way to start getting prepared for our next tier of transformation powder today. So let's bookmark that one. Let's bookmark this one. And we're going to work our way right now that we've got our core for Flux Networks set up. And then when I get all of the stuff together for our magmatic dynamos, I will either show you that being built, or I will do that in between episodes and show you how it works and how we set it all up afterwards. So that's probably going to be next week, kind of open with this is how we got all of our power moving around. But let's go down this road so that we can get to this Ender transformation powder. So we bookmarked a couple of those things. Now these are things that we should be able to just make because we have dimensional shards in the storage. So there is our infused diamond. And then the other one was the infused ender pearl, which I thought I bookmarked, but it wasn't there. So there we go. So we're gonna make a couple of those infused ender pearls, which now we're out of ender pearls, oddly enough. And those are those two. Now what's next? It says to make the pebble, which means that we have to melt that down in the magma crucible. All right, let's go see how that setup's doing, because we were making silicon in it last time, and I don't know where we left it. So we left it with a bunch of molten silicon. Okay, so let's make some more of those prosperity things so that we're not wasting that. Once this is empty, we will take and put a couple of these infused ender pearls in here so that they can be melted down into the liquid that we need in here for our next process. Which it shows us all that right here. So we need resonant ender, which we get from melting down the infused ender pearl in the magma crucible. And then we need any pebble. So let's see what we got for pebbles in our storage. Looks like we got 2,000 stone pebbles. Isn't that amazing? All right, so that used up all of our silicon, and then now we have our resonant ender in there. And this only takes 10 millibuckets per pebble. So this will get us 50 pebbles just from those 2 that we made. So we're gonna grab these out. And then now we can just, in our crafting grid, just like all the other pebbles, and turn them into their stone variety. Now, infused ender block, a mix of infused diamond and pearls with endstone. Okay, so let's bookmark that one. Crushed in stone, we're gonna need to crush some. Okay, let's accept our quest rewards. Nice. We got, oh, I didn't go over that with y'all. Okay, we'll show you this in a minute. Remind me to show you the essences. Okay, so how we looking? Let's just go ahead and melt down one more of those pearls. There we go. We've got 12. Now we crush these the same way we've crushed everything else. It can be done a couple of ways, but for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to stick it in here in this flux hammer, and we're going to let it smash one down for us, and then it can keep smashing the rest while we're talking, and I don't have to do it by hand. So that gets us our crushed endstone, which gets us 4 extra, and now it's the same process as with the netherrack. We just need an emerald mesh or better, and we can send it through the mesh to get our powder. There we have it. So there is our ender transformation powder. Gets us 16 more. And now we need to make the infused ender blocks. And for the keen among you, yes, you guessed it, we are going to need these for another tier of fluid transformation to take our previous tier of nether organic fluid, and we have to convert it into ender organic fluid, and that is done by putting this fluid into a barrel with this infused ender block underneath it, and that gets us the fluid to take our transformation powder and change it into the matter so we can sift it. So we will need to make one of these. Let's see what it cost us. So we need 2 infused pearls, not a problem, and 2 infused diamonds, which we got from one from a quest reward for making one, and then the extra one. So now we can make one of these. I said now, oh, we need endstone. And like I said, now we can make one of these. So let's grab ourselves a barrel of any kind. We'll just take this lonely jungle barrel that we keep using. Let's grab some fluid pipes. So now we have our upgrade for our fluid pipe because we're going to need to filter it. And then we have this, we have our barrel. We're going to need another barrel. Well, actually, we can just do a temporary setup where I show you, and then I will add it in permanent in between episodes. So I'm going to throw these endstone pebbles in there. We're going to throw this away, put that up, put this up. Those can go in there. And this endstone can also get crushed, like most people's hopes and dreams. All right, so now we can take this crushed endstone, send it through the sieve, and let's head into our fluid transformation machine. So it takes our nether fluid, which we have up here. So this is the nether fluid. Now we have one station set up for it right now, and because the pink slime is such a pain and I haven't made any ahead of time, we are just going to take off the item parts right here that are attempting to, convert, and then that way we don't have any accidents and like accidentally put the wrong fluid into here. So what we'll do to pull this out, we're going to just pull from one of these barrels for now, because I only brought one filter. I mean, I guess I could just make another one, but hey, I only have one of the blocks to put underneath it. So grab our pipe wrench out, and then we're going to tell you to extract. And then I need a bucket. Okay, we're going to tell this thing that it can extract. And then we're going to set a filter because we only want it to pull the fluid out if it is nether organic fluid. Because see, like right there, if we don't have this filter, it would just continually suck the colorful organic fluid through, and that would mess things up for us. So now we can put our filter in, and the only reason we need the upgrade is to be able to add the filter, and then we're going to shift click this bucket, and now it will only extract nether organic fluid out. So like the other setups, here's our transformation block. Here's our barrel, which you can see pulls the fluid out. It's converting it, and now we have ender organic fluid. Just like every single other tier of this that we've done, if you right-click the transformation powder into the barrel or have a pipe place it in there like we normally do, it's going to convert it. This is broken, doesn't render, don't know why. But then you'll see that it says that it has ender organic matter. Right-click again. Now we have our ender organic matter. And it's going to keep doing the same process over and over and converting the fluid every time we drain it. And because we have our filter, it doesn't try to pull anything else out and send it ahead of time. And that's going to keep us set up. That's how all of these other tiers that use previous ones are set up. They are not, they have filters on the other end. So like right here would be a good example. See, it will only pull out the colorful organic fluid. It won't pull out the previous tier, which is coming from down there, and I honestly don't remember what it is. So let me just sit here and go through a few of these, and then we should be able to sift them and unlock our next. All right, so we completed all of those ender organic matter. We worked all that all the way through. So let's toss them in to our sieving setup up here so that we can pull the byproducts out and get all of the quest completion. Let's empty this out so it's nice and pretty and just the new stuff. So we're going to toss those in there to let those get sieved, and we will put all of this in here. Now, another thing that some of you probably have already noticed that I did in between episodes but did not mention is I went around, now that we have access to netherite, and I upgraded all of our meshes to netherite mesh. So the ones in the machines over there, the ones here, we just crafted up the netherite with the netherite scraps that we're getting and the gold that we're already getting. So all stuff you guys have seen the process of. I just did not on camera upgrade these to be netherite mesh. The other thing that I said earlier that I needed to go over with you guys that I did in between episodes but didn't necessarily talk about was we had those seeds that we made over here at the beginning, and some of those required higher tier of the essence. You may have noticed that it was some of these other colors. We did not work through this on camera, but we did go through the process of upgrading at the end of the last episode. And all of these are the exact same thing, just with a higher tier. So in order to make each of the crystals, you have to make some of the essence of each of the tiers, and they all are made from the base inferium essence that we put into these botany pots last time, and that we also get from our nether matter. So as you can see, I've made all the way up through the supremium tier. And then the next tier to make after Supremium is Insanium, and the 4 Insanium will allow us to make a crystal that does not wear out. So as you notice, these all have a number of uses on them, and they eventually break. So the goal will be to, as quickly as possible, get this Master Infusion Crystal made, because then we can make as much essence as we want without having to worry about durability or making a new crystal every time. So that is something that I will probably work towards in between episodes, but there is a way to automate these essences to make your life easier, and it mentions it right here at the top. when you get here to Insanium Essence, he says, used to make the next tier of essence, the crafting of essences can be made a lot easier by using the RF Tools Crafter. So I think I'm going to save that for us for next time. It is a pretty neat process, and if I can get enough Insanium Essence or enough Supremium Essence so that we can make our Master Infusion Crystal, this right here is going to be a really neat process where we can just auto pipe in all of the essence that our system generates, and we can have it converted all the way up to the top tier. Then if we need any of the other tiers, these can be downcrafted to any previous tier. So it's like almost like a compacting drawer. You can compress them up into the Insanium inside of the machine, and then whatever tier you need, you just break it down until you get the ones you need when you need them. It's going to be a cool process. So I will leave that to cover in the next episode because it will take a few minutes to get through. But it's definitely worth covering for you guys. So just to show you real quick what we did off camera, the process we went through, we would just sit here while we were working on other things around the base and letting the pots grow and all of that. And we would convert all of this up each tier. So then you clear your thing, you put in your next tier of the essence, then you make the next one, then you put all of these into the storage and you shift click out all of those, grab your crystal back, next tier, put all those into storage, shift click them, grab your crystal back, here we go, same thing, shift click it, grab your crystal back, and then as you can see, we don't exactly have 4 Supremium Essence, I don't think. Or do we? We do. Okay, so we can make our first Insanium together. So there we have that. We're going to grab this bag out, but we need 3 more of those. So as you can see, it took quite a bit of the Inferium Essence just to get 1. And we need 4 of them to make our Master Infusion Crystal. So I will try to get that all done or ready to do at the beginning of next week's episode with you guys in between. So I'm going to toss all this back in here. We'll throw the rest of this in storage. And then where does that leave us on today? Ooh, we get an extra one, so we only need to make 2 more. Nice. Nice. All right, cool. That won't be too bad. We'll get that done. Where does that leave us? So that leaves us with the Master Infusion Crystal. And then we did get our Ender Organic Matter. So let's get some more free. And we'll go throw this in here and we'll see if we got everything. And I think that'll be a good place to call it an episode. So let's grab this out. Looks like we got all of it. Yep. So there we have it. We have gotten all of the pieces that we're going to get out of the next tier. It's going to unlock platinum, lead, uranium, chorus fruit, shulker shells for shulker boxes, and chorus flowers, which it says it can be grown from the chorus fruit. So that's going to be the same thing. We're going to be putting those in botany pots. It's looking like we may need to expand off in this direction with another little project area to have room for all of our botany pots, or, you know, honestly, we could probably just do it here in a compact machine. Probably what we'll do. So, without anything extra, I do believe, yeah, I think that covers everything. So, next time we will get into RF Tools Crafting, which is here in the same tier we're in. If we go down here, it gets us into the RF Tools machine base, which we need to be able to make our RF Tools Crafter. So we will head that direction, and we'll see what else we can get into. There are some things here where we can go into dimensional dungeons and start getting mob drops, and that is also part of the chapter challenge here. So we will get those portal crown blocks made so that we can do our next tier, because we actually do get some nice stuff. We get a material stoneworks, dragon egg seeds, and nether star seeds. So hopefully we will be able to wrap up this chapter challenge in next episode and work our way towards the end. As I have pointed out, the list, there is no more scrolling. We're getting really close to wrapping up this mod pack, and I've got some really fun stuff that I'm excited about starting on a new series that we plan to get into after this. So look forward to potentially a few extra videos dropping from me over the next few weeks as we wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you will get more future Minecraft content from me, and ring the bell for notifications of live streams, video drops, all of that stuff. And then hit the like button for the algorithm, because the algorithm, it likes the like button. All right. Thanks, you guys. Bye.